A very good morning and welcome to the Maasai state of politics here in Masai Mara University. And today we are honored to have with us Timothy Wanyonyi, an aspiring delegate for LLC department. Join me, Ephy, Akinyi, and let's dive in this discussion together. How are you, Timothy?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you okay? First thing first, who is Timothy Wanyonyi?
Taking a Kiswahili media
So, what inspired you to become a delegate or to vie for the seat of delegate?
Good question indeed. What really fueled my ambition to vie as a delegate in the LLC department are the problems and the mess that have been there for quite some time. Such as there's this issue where equipments that are normally used for practical, such as a camera, is a problem.
So, if I may ask, who is a delegate?
Delegate is an aspirant in the first place who is willing and willing to go to the ground and seek the validation through the ballot and get elected. And after being elected, get down to the SGC level. So delegate is a lower rank in the SGC level.
There are so many several positions that you could have vied for as a leader there, but why did you choose to vie for this delegate position?
Literally, when you want to do something, you consider some factors, and especially in the political arena.
A very good morning and welcome to the Maasai state of politics here in Masai Mara University. And today we are honored to have with us Timothy Wanyonyi, an aspiring delegate for LLC department. Join me, Ephy, Akinyi, and let's dive in this discussion together. How are you, Timothy?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you okay? First thing first, who is Timothy Wanyonyi?
Taking a Kiswahili media
So, what inspired you to become a delegate or to vie for the seat of delegate?
Good question indeed. What really fueled my ambition to vie as a delegate in the LLC department are the problems and the mess that have been there for quite some time. Such as there's this issue where equipments that are normally used for practical, such as a camera, is a problem.
So, if I may ask, who is a delegate?
Delegate is an aspirant in the first place who is willing and willing to go to the ground and seek the validation through the ballot and get elected. And after being elected, you get down to the SGC level. So delegate is a lower rank in the SGC level.
There are so many several positions that you could have vied for as a leader there, but why did you choose to vie for this delegate position?
Literally, when you want to do something, you consider some factors, and especially in the political arena, you must consider your own popularity, and make it easy so that you can gain popularity. You start from the bottom, and that's why I decided to start from the delegate position, and I go up that way.
Okay. As of now, we have seen other people vying for the same seat. Do you have any fear regarding that you are now so many in the same department? Any fear of getting defeated, or do you have any such like fears?
I can say without fear of contradiction whatsoever, I'm hopeful that I'm the one that I'm going to be elected, and I will win with a popular number of votes.
Okay, you have faith in that?
I'm faithful. In fact, I'm a very staunch believer of Christ.
Okay, that is very nice. But as a LLC department, what is your primary vision for that department?
My primary vision in the LLC department is putting infrastructure in place.
Okay.
By putting infrastructure in place, I mean linking the students who are in the LLC department with their respective chair of departments who are responsible for linking up and providing the equipment such as the cameras, which are normally used for practical skills.
So you are promising that this practical instrument will be provided for those in LLC department.
Members of the LLC department, be rest assured that the practical equipment will be placed the moment I get elected.
And how will you ensure that that is done?
I'll ensure that is done by linking the SGC and the students at the ground. That is, for example, this issue of putting infrastructure in place is in the manifesto of the party that I'm championing for. That is the Voice of Congress Alliance Party.
In several cases, we have seen people promising and not delivering, and this is something that we are used to. Okay, how we do ensure that in this your reign, it will be different?
Okay, for the avoidance of doubt whatsoever, I want to state it again, that once I'm elected as an LLC delegate department, I'll ensure equipment are in place. That is, especially I've consulted with my party, especially on matters of the manifesto. The manifesto that is being worked on at the moment as we are speaking, it is there.
Before we go into the manifestos, we will reach there. The question is, how will you be different from those who have been promising and not delivering? Because this is not the first time we are hearing of the equipment and the studios here at Masai Mara. This is something that has been going on, and it has been said and not done. So the question is, how will your reign be different? How will you ensure that it's not just promising, but it's promising and delivering?
Good question indeed. What I'll do, I'll be linking up the chair of department, especially the electric department. That is ensuring the practical skill is done to the core. And you know the equipments at the moment as we are speaking, they are not even enough. I think as a matter of fact, I think I've encountered a single camera at the moment. But the moment I get elected, I'll ensure the number of cameras at least will see improved to it's maximized to a point where at least a large number of members of the LFC department can access and also learn from the set, because practical skills is required in the field. Without practical skills, someone might get into problems.
So you are assuring us that if you eventually win and these things are not done the way you have just told us here, we will hold you accountable for that.
I'm ready to be held accountable for that.
Okay, at this time I think it's right to ask who is your presidential aspirant?
Okay, at the moment, as a delegate to the LLC department and also ambassador of the Voice of Congress Alliance Party, we are yet to announce the flag bearer of the presidential position. So I want just to urge the members and the supporters of the Voice of Congress Alliance Party to remain calm as they plan to announce. But I promise, as soon as possible, they'll get
so far I know, but so far I think there is that one person that you are seeing as the upcoming presidential aspirant on your personal view and side, because you can't promise. Maybe all these promises that you have just said, somehow they need a presidential aspirant to deliver them. So you have just told us about the LLC department equipment and the rest. You must have someone in person that you think that when you support, all these things will go as planned.
Okay, personally, my party and my party at large, the Voice of Congress Alliance Party, we are working day and night to make sure that the flag bearer is announced. At the moment,
so you are still waiting for the flag bearer.
At the moment, what I can say is I think the SG. I'm sure the SG will also be championing for the fair, because there is a link between the SGC and the delegates, because delegates are the lower rank.
So you are telling us that you have a lot of promises and manifestos, and you still wait for the party to decide on who will be the flag bearer. How do you know that whoever will be the flag bearer will compile with your manifestos and whatever you are planning for us as a LLC department?
Okay, let me say the following. Parties for the flag bearer to be announced, there are procedures to be followed. And personally, I have that my own person whom I think I believe in him to the core that will deliver. Will do the delivery of those promises that have been given, including the ones from my own department.
So
I just don't want to post any contact whatsoever.
So you just don't want to tell us
no,
the exact person you are believing in.
The matter is in hand at the moment as we are speaking.
Okay.
So for the avoidance of doubt.
But you know, I'm asking for the benefit of several other people out there who will be wondering for the same. Because you can't promise us something and you don't have the person who will help you implement all this together.
Okay.
So what will happen if the presidential aspirant or that your coalition will appoint is not of the same ideas as yours?
Okay, at the moment, the ideas that have been channeled or have been championed from respective departments, I think that they are put in place, and at the moment they are made relevant to those flag bearers, the presidential aspirants who are yet to be announced at the moment. And for the avoidance of doubt, they'll implement it, and to tell the members from the LLC, be rest assured those ideas, including from the LLC department, will be put in place, and the promises will be delivered.
Okay. Where is the extent of a delegate in an election process? At what extent do delegates reach when it comes to delivering and being accountable for the students of your department?
Of my department. Okay, let me say the following. So as a matter of concern, delegate is responsible linking the student governing council and the respective departments. That is given. Yeah.
So far it has been a while since you declared your interest as the coming delegate. So far, how many challenges have you encountered, and how have you dealt with such challenges?
Okay, as a matter of fact, I declared my aspiration to be delegate in the LLC department, I think, and I was the first person.
Okay.
And so far, I've been going around doing campaigns, sensitizing people, telling people that I'll be in the ballot and I'll support me. I've met with several students telling me that they are not interested in voting, but I have been convincing them that matters politics is a matter that is a collective responsibility. It involves everyone. Whether you vote or you don't vote, you'll be affected, both directly and indirectly.
So whether they vote or do not vote, they will be affected. But I think we are appointing you people to help us uncover those effects that will affect us as members of a certain department.
Yeah, that's why I engaged. In fact, I think there were three of them so far I've encountered who maybe claimed that they are not interested in matters politics. But
there are certain reasons
them.
that is making them not to be interested.
I think maybe what they told me, they fear maybe chaos might erupt like the other time. You know, they have been seeing these things all over the social media. But I engaged them. I told them when I myself take the responsibility of ensuring voting is done in peace, and also him or her ensures the same election is done in a very responsible manner. Chaos will not be there. Mayhem will not be there.
Or you know.
I know, and I believe too.
What if it erupts eventually?
My prayer is that we do the election in a very positive way, and I also believe that it will happen the same, because we cannot have 2 consecutive years without the student government.
So, you know, apart from the fear of causing a lot of eruptions and mandamano and so that, there is a disappointment that always occur when you take your time to go and vote, then all of a sudden, whoever you vote for does not bring out what you wanted him to bring on as in your department.
Okay, as a matter of fact, there is for instance, there is a politician called this politician once said, politics, these are matters that should be put to rest in the land, so that when you breathe, it gets out. So, as a matter of fact, when you win or lose, you just accept the defeat as a responsible citizen.
So, you are ready to accept a defeat whenever, in a circumstance that you lose.
Okay, in a circumstance where the elections have been conducted in a very credible and accountable manner, accepting defeat, I think is a very small matter.
Another question is, how will you handle criticism between a student and maybe in an era that it occurs between a student and a chair of a certain department, or student and a lecturer? For example, something to do with missing marks and whatever.
The critics have been all over, and they are critics of different levels. They are critics in the political arena, and they are also critics in the other schools. And as a matter of fact, there are some students who have been going through a problem that is having this marks. And my responsibility, I be helping them to bring the lecturers and the very students, so that they can be helped in a manner that is supported. Because there are so many students who have been going around seeking such matters.
I think it is not the right thing to ask about your manifestos as Timothy and what are your manifestos?
So far, my manifestos are, one is putting infrastructure, championing for infrastructure to be put in place. For instance, a camera is required for students taking media-related courses. You know, media-related courses involves a lot of practicals. Without practicals, I think students might be having problems, might maybe graduate, and the market might realize that miss out just because of your but in the meantime,
So that is just one of the main. I want all of your promises if possible, because you can't promising us just one thing in the studio and in the camera. So that is what every other person is out for out there.
Yeah. Okay, manifesto is not one, to be really honest. The second one is linking between the students and the department. You know, there are matters of these matters have been arising here and there. I'm linking students who are going through such problems and the department, so that they can be helped in place.
But at a given point, just to pause it there. At a given point, when matters of missing marks arise, it is said that it is between the student and the lecturer, or the head of department. So that is something that personally, when I have a missing mark, I can go for, because it's affecting me. Even if I don't bring it to you, I myself can handle it.
But I'll be handling such matters in a different way.
Okay. How will your way be different from the one you know?
Because I think in the predecessor, our handling matters for instance, I've never had a negative department before we get there. So, but I'll be doing it in a bit a manner that people will know, and will realize what to do when such matters arise. That is getting them into contact, so that such matters can be solved in a manner that is required.
Okay, so that was the second one. The
third one is championing for delegate chambers. And delegate chambers will be discussing such matters. There are matters such as establishment That is for
That was your first manifesto when you started.
no. My first manifesto was putting infrastructure in place, and the third one I think is about the studio.
So when you talked, just there. When you talked about infrastructure, okay, what were you talking about in particular?
Infrastructure in the first place, what I was talking about was the matter of the cameras.
The cameras.
The tools. You know, we have portable
Okay,
tools
but
and
when
tools
you
that
say
are portable.
studio, all these cameras and whatever will be found in that studio.
But there are
So I
events.
think it's like you're dividing one manifesto into several.
No, I'm not dividing. What I'm saying is that there are events that are done in the studio,
Okay.
and that there are events which are not done there.
But whatever compiles a studio is the cameras and all those that we use as a media personnel. The studio is just a structure, but you can't just promise as a structure without nothing inside of it. What will we do with that
But
structure?
for instance, our studio, our radio station studio, it does not require camera. That's why I'm saying we have
Okay,
portable
how
tools
will
and
we
tools which are not portable.
how will we be doing coverage when it doesn't require cameras?
No, but skills are earned from the field first before going to that radio station.
So you want to tell us that you are promising infrastructure and you are still promising cameras. And one of your infrastructures is that building a studio or ensuring that there is a studio. And another one is ensuring that we have a camera. So why will we are having a studio if we will not be having all that we need inside the studio? You know, it's not a big deal having a studio because you can use one of the rooms available, like, in a case that we have the equipment.
Okay, for a matter of being a bit ambiguous, so let me be clear a bit.
Okay, be clear.
What I'm saying is that these cameras that are not required, the number that is required is not the one that is expected. What I'll be doing is championing for at least more cameras, because students might decide to hire his or her own camera, so that
More cameras. When you talk of more cameras, how many do you mean in particular? Let's be at point with each other.
okay.
How many in particular?
Let me be particular. For instance, maybe I give you an instance so that we can be able to get each other. Okay. For instance, I have my own group member, at least 5 group members. So the 5 group members can follow the due procedure to go and hire cameras from the electric department and be able to use it in the time frame that they require so that they can gain skill.
So do you mean that because as far as I know that there are cameras in the LLC departments?
There are cameras, yes, but the number is not the number that is expected. Because students are paying for the same infrastructure, but the quantity is not up to the service they are paying for.
So you have only 3?
No, there are several others, but
Can you list them within 1 minute?
Infrastructure, linking a department between students themselves, and the head of the department, and championing for chambers where matters such as establishing of a studio will be put in place. Yeah.
So, in your era of campaign, what if all these your manifestos are not put in place?
I want to believe and assure the members of the LLC department the manifesto will be put in place. I'm still championing for the same because, as a matter of fact, we are yet to launch the manifesto of the party. And the manifesto, the ideas that have been put in the manifesto, the ideas that have been channeled by myself and have also been channeled by members from respective departments, as the LLC, because I've been moving around and asking people, what do you think should be put in place so that this LLC department can be a bit fruitful to those who are in the same department?
So what you are telling us right now is that you are very sure that all of the things you are promising the LLC department will be well covered.
Will be well covered. In fact, there are still other ideas that are coming in because I'm still campaigns and getting into contact with members from the LLC department so that they can tell me what they think we should also add in the manifesto.
Okay. In conclusion, I want you to look at the camera and say 3 words for your people.
Okay. Members from the LLC department, I take this humble opportunity to request for your vote. Wanyonyi Timothy is ready to deliver. Wanyonyi Timothy is willing to deliver. Wanyonyi Timothy is ready to undertake the ideas that you have been giving me, and also the ideas that have been there. And as a matter of fact, come 11th February, Wanyonyi Timothy, be your preferred candidate in the LLC party. Good, thank you.
Okay, it has been a very nice time with Wanyonyi Timothy here, and I think at this point we are going to call it to an end. If you have any question, comment on our YouTube channel at the maasai, and they shall be answered with us. Thank you for having me. I've been your host, Akinyi, and see you next time in another interview, inshallah.